success to someone else's? Maybe you thought something like this. What do they have that I don't? How did they do it? When you turn on the Olympics, now we're seeing someone our age doing something incredible. And we think, wow, that's pretty impressive. Meanwhile, I'm sitting over here just proud of myself for turning my homework in before 11:59, most times. What makes her different than us? How did she know that she can just start doing a ski jump? But the truth is, we're asking the wrong question. It's not how they started, it's the fact that they started at all. A lot of people wait. They wait for the right time, the perfect idea, the perfect plan, the perfect moment. But those moments rarely come. I remember trying to start a birthday party. I spent days looking on Pinterest, scrolling through Instagram, looking at old photos. Eventually I realized something. The party was tomorrow. And I spent so much time trying to plan for it that I forgot to actually set things in motion. Looking back, that was the best birthday party. But it was the one that I did without a plan. And it made me realize something important. Success doesn't start with a perfect plan. It starts with action. Procrastination kills more dreams than failure ever will. Distractions get in the way. People wait for motivation. Sometimes we're just afraid to start. And procrastination is easy. Have you ever sat down to do homework and you check one notification on your phone and suddenly you watch 67 videos about men in the forest building huts in the jungle? They're just out there surviving with sticks and mud, and somehow that becomes the most interesting thing to do at the time. But here's the truth. Action creates momentum. Once you start something, it gets easier. Progress begins to build. But just starting alone isn't enough. Hard work without direction leads nowhere. Successful people set clear goals. They break big goals into smaller steps. And they learn from people who succeeded before them. Think about building something complicated, like a robot or a big Lego set. If you dump all the pieces on the floor and randomly start putting things together, you probably won't get very far. But if you follow the instructions, step by step, suddenly that pile of pieces turns into something amazing. Success works in the same way. Hard work matters, but direction is what turns effort into progress. Once you have direction, somewhere to lead to, something else becomes important. Effort is where growth happens. Consistency beats motivation. Motivation fades, but discipline stays. You learn your limits by pushing them. The first time you push yourself in something, whether that's sports, studying, or learning a new skill, it usually feels impossible. I remember thinking, there's no way I can keep doing this. Building an entire robot is hard. But something interesting happens. When you get through the first time, the second time gets easier. And then the time after that gets even easier. Then you're suddenly starting from where you left off and pushing farther than before. What once felt impossible slowly becomes normal. But consistently pushing your limits leads to something we all experience: mistakes. Mistakes are not the opposite of success. They are the path towards it. Every mistake is a lesson pointing towards success. Failure gives feedback. Improvement comes from adjusting. Think about riding a bike. Nobody gets on a bike for the first time and rides perfectly. You wobble, or you fall, or sometimes you crash into your mom's car. Okay, it's not really my fault, the brakes fell off. But each fall teaches you something. Balance, control, or how to fix bicycle brakes. That's how improvement works. Not by avoiding mistakes, but by learning from them. So the next time you find yourself comparing your success to someone else's, remember, success comes from starting, eliminating procrastination, setting goals, working with consistency, and learning from your mistakes. Most people stop at one of these steps and they let an idea sit in their head. They say, I'll start tomorrow. Or when they actually begin starting, after a little bit, they stop and they give up. But people we admire keep going. They write down the ideas. They started right away, and they keep pushing forwards. The people we compare ourselves to didn't wait. They started, they worked, they failed, and they kept going. Success isn't something that just falls from the sky. It's something built. One start, one mistake, and one step forward at a time.